The 5 exercises I'm about to show you today will transform your body faster than anything else if you're over the age of 50. And best of all, you can fit them all into an easily manageable weekly schedule. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fit my 5 favorite exercises into a schedule that you can follow at home. My name is Will Harlow, and I specialize in helping people over the age of 50 to improve their strength and mobility. Let's have a look at the 5 exercises now. So here's how I want you to make this program work. You're going to pick one of these 5 exercises to do each day from Monday to Friday. You're going to do 3 sets each time you do the exercise, and each set is going to have between 10 and 20 repetitions. Let's have a look at the exercises now, but before I show you them, I just need to make you aware they're not suitable for everyone. Please do get checked out before you try them and avoid any of the ones that cause you pain. The first exercise that can transform your body fast is one that builds both strength and mobility, basically all over the body. It's such a great move, but it is quite tricky to do. So I'm going to walk you through it slowly, and I'll show you how to modify it if you have problems doing it. It's called the squat and pray. I've just made up the name, but it's a brilliant movement to basically mobilize your hips and your knees and your thoracic spine, all really important areas of the body that get stiff. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to put your hands together like this, and you're going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, with your feet just turned out ever so slightly like this. Keep your hands in this position, and then the first stage of the movement is to just squat down to a position that you find comfortable, okay? If you find it comfortable to stop at about 90 degrees, stop there. If you can get right down to the floor, then do that. And if you can only go 6 inches, then do that as well. Here is where the movement gets interesting. We're going to go down into our squat. You're going to keep your hands together, and then you're going to raise them up over your head whilst pressing your hands together until you've got as straight arms as you can get overhead. Bring them back down and then come back up. Looks simple, is actually really, really tough. And it's tough for a couple of reasons. The first reason it's tough is obviously because you need good mobility in your shoulders to lift up and overhead. But the main reason this is a tricky movement is because of what happens here in your thoracic spine. And when you spend a lot of time sitting or just throughout normal human life, we end up getting stiff and a little bit rounded in our thoracic spines. We lose the ability to extend. And what this exercise is doing is basically forcing you to extend if you want to get those arms up overhead in the squat position. Now, it's way different than if you just do it without a squat, because you don't actually have to extend your thoracic spine to be able to get your arms up overhead. But when you sink down like this and you do it, you can't get your arms up overhead if that thoracic spine's not moving. Have a look from this angle. So squat down and then lift up overhead. You can see my mid back has to be an extension to allow me to do this movement. So what I'd recommend you do is you squat down, reach up and come back down. Do 10 times in a row and then have a little rest. If you found this a good stretch, or you found it really mobilized the body, you can repeat 3 sets over. It will transform your mobility over time and also build you some stronger legs. By the way, if you're enjoying this routine so far and you want to get more like it, I've got tons of videos in my lifelong mobility program that are designed to help you improve your strength and your mobility. And the best part is they're all follow along in real time, so you can do them with me as you watch me do it on screen. If you want details of lifelong mobility, it's in the description box below. The next exercise that can help you transform your body fast is the deadlift. And the deadlift is one of the kings of the exercise world. It strengthens all of the muscles at the back of your body, including your hamstrings and your glutes and your lower back and your upper back. It basically just makes you all round strong, and it's very functional for day-to-day life because we have to pick things up from the floor all the time. Now, it's one of the exercises that can add muscle to your body faster than anything else, which is why it can transform the bodies of people who do it regularly. I'd recommend doing this 3 times a week if you can. Right, what you need for this exercise is something to pick up. So ideally, you're going to use a barbell or 2 dumbbells. If you have 2 dumbbells, I'd recommend stacking them up a little bit by putting some towels folded over on the floor like this, just to raise them up a bit. Because if you have a barbell, that's naturally going to sit higher, whereas the dumbbells are going to sit lower. And that lower part of the deadlift down here, if it's too low, that's when we can start to round the lower back and risk an injury. So raise your dumbbells up a little bit like this if you're going to use dumbbells like me. Stand as close as you can to the bar or the dumbbells. You're going to stand up nice and tall like this. Keep a nice straight spine. Stick your bottom out and bend your knees like a squat. Let your arms hang down until you reach the handles of the dumbbells. This is your starting position. You're going to keep your neck relaxed and then lift up like this, lifting the dumbbells up to a standing position. Squeeze your buttocks at the top and then put the movement into reverse and let the weight rest on the floor when you get down there. It's called a deadlift because the weights start dead on the floor. We're not bouncing them up and down from the floor. We don't want to use momentum. We just want to use the strength in our muscles. So here's how it looks again. You're going to stick your bottom out and bend your knees. Let your arms come down until you grasp the handles and then pull up like this, squeeze the glutes and put it down. Then you would do your second rep like this with a short break on the floor, maybe like a 1 second break, just to make sure you're taking that elastic tension out of the exercise each time. Now the deadlifts work particularly well if you use a slightly higher weight with less reps. It's absolutely horrible doing 15 or 20 deadlifts in a row with a light weight. You'll just feel gassed out, you'll feel horrible, and you won't want to do it again. It's actually better to use a slightly heavier weight. Just do somewhere between 6 and 10 repetitions, 3 sets in a row, and as I said, 3 occasions per week is more than enough to start that transformation of your body. So hopefully you enjoyed that exercise. Drop a comment below if you did. Let's have a look at the next one. The next exercise I'm going to show you today is the split squat. And the reason I'm showing you the split squat in this video is because, in my humble opinion, this exercise adds more muscle to your legs than anything else as quickly as possible. It's such a great move. It will strengthen your quads and your glutes and all of your stabilizing muscles, and it really can increase muscle mass very, very fast. So here is how it looks. You need something, a raised platform, to put one of your feet on. So you can use your bottom step on your staircase, or a little step like this, or even the seat of a chair if you can get your leg up. Here's how the exercise looks. I'll show you it without weights first, and then I'll show you how to use dumbbells if you want to make it harder. So you're going to stand facing away from the step. You're going to put one of your feet back. You might want to hold on to something to stabilize yourself, and just rest the top of your foot on the step. We've essentially taken that leg out of the equation by about 80%. This is the one that's going to be doing most of the work. You're going to keep your back up nice and tall, and then you're going to squat down and back up again. It's as simple as that. So it's down to here and then back up. Don't let this knee crash into the floor. And then you're just going to keep that movement going until you've got fatigue here and on the glute at the back here. When you feel like you can hardly do many more, then you swap over, put this one at the front, take that one back and rest it on the step, leg up, back up nice and tall, and then squat down into the split squat and back up. Again, you're just going to keep going until you feel that fatigue at the end of the set. Now, if you can do more than 10 or 15 of those in a row and you can't really feel anything, you're going to need to make it harder. That's when you bring in some weights. You've got a couple of options. You could wear a backpack if you haven't got dumbbells at home, but it is easier to use dumbbells if you've got them lying around. So take your 2 dumbbells. Make sure you're near something if you're holding 2 dumbbells, just to make sure you don't lose your balance. Take 1 foot back as you did before. Rest it on the step. Nothing changes. You're going to keep your back nice and tall. Squat down and back up and repeat like this. Now this exercise gets very hard very fast, and you're going to really feel those glutes and those quads the next day. So don't overdo it, but over time try and increase the weight or increase the reps on each leg, and you will see your legs improve very quickly. So that's the exercise. Do 3 sets on each leg. Again, maybe once or twice per week. You certainly don't need to do this every single day, and that will really improve your legs over time. Hopefully you're enjoying this video so far. If you are, please do subscribe to the channel, because it does help us to grow, and you will be the first person to hear about our new videos when they come out. You can hit the button below the video. It's totally free. Thank you very much if you do that. The next exercise I'm going to show you to help you transform your body fast is called the Arnold press. And this exercise was popularized by Arnold Schwarzenegger back in his bodybuilding days. It's such a good exercise for building strength and muscle around the shoulders and the upper body. Here's how it looks. You're going to start off with 2 dumbbells, and if you're wondering how heavy to go, you probably need to go lighter than you think, because this exercise gets tough very quickly. And obviously everyone is going to be lifting different weights. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 dumbbells, rest them on your knees like this to get started, come away from the back of your chair. You can also use a gym bench if you have one, and then you're going to set yourself up like this. So you're going to bring your arms up to this position. Now, the first part of the movement is a normal shoulder press. You're going to go up overhead and then back down. But when you get down to here, you're then going to bring the dumbbells in so they touch like this, and then go out and up. So the movement is like this. You go out and up, and then down and in, out and up, and then down and in. And the reason we do this is because it keeps those shoulders under tension when we do this movement at their lengthened position, which is the toughest position for them to be under tension in. And it will fatigue your shoulders much quicker than doing just a straightforward shoulder press. Now, I love this exercise because you can use lighter weight on it and still get a really good result in terms of building muscle. And you can usually get more of an ache in your rotator cuff area than you would if you're just doing the normal shoulder press. I think it's a more well-rounded exercise personally, and I use it in my own program quite a lot. So when you're doing this exercise, you want to choose a weight that you can get somewhere between 10 and 20 repetitions with, and then you hit the point of fatigue in that zone. Have a 1 minute's rest, repeat it 3 times total, and it's such a good way to transform the appearance of your upper body. Let's have a look at the final exercise in the program now. The final exercise I'm going to show you today that will help you transform your body fast is the dumbbell row. And I love this exercise not only because it strengthens your back and your arms, but because it really transforms people's posture very quickly. As you get older, we tend to end up with this kind of thing happening, a rounding of the shoulders and a hunching when we walk. One of the reasons this happens is because the muscles between the shoulder blades get weak and they get long, they lengthen over time. But if we use the dumbbell row, we can strengthen and shorten those muscles to bring you back up into a better posture and just keep you healthy overall. That posture has been linked with falls and injuries as we age, and I don't want that to happen to anyone watching this video. So let's have a look at how to fix it as fast as possible. The exercise is simple. You just need a dumbbell or a bag filled with books, just something heavy that you can hold in your hand, and the back of a chair propped up against the wall. You're going to take your dumbbell, position it just behind the chair like that. You're going to stand facing the chair here, and you're going to put the hand that's going to be resting on the back of the chair, and the leg of the side that's going to be worked is going to go back like this. The posture I want you to take is like this. You're basically just taking your body forward without bending your spine. You can see here I've just stuck my bottom out. My back is still nice and straight. I'm not rounding like this. I'm keeping it straight, but I'm bent forward, almost horizontal. You can squat down and pick up the weight. And once you're holding it, just let it hang down like this. Let that weight pull your shoulder blade away from your spine. Keep your neck relaxed, and the exercise is simple. You're just going to pull the dumbbell up and back like this until the weight touches your body, and then you're going to slowly drop it back down to there. That's 1. And you'll come up like this, touch, and back down for 2. And up and touch, that's 3, and up and touch, that's 4. And you're going to keep doing that somewhere between 10 and 20 repetitions in a row, and then you would swap sides. So you put this hand on the chair, reach down with this one, allow the shoulder blade to drop away from your spine, and then you're going to pull it back like this, as if you're starting a lawnmower, just until that weight touches your body. You want to keep your arm close to your side as it comes up, and relax fully at the bottom so you get that full contraction. Again, if you can do 3 sets of that on each side, it's going to transform your posture very quickly and add muscle to your body. Such a great exercise for almost anyone's routine. And I hope you found this video useful overall. If you have, please do drop a comment below and let us know which exercise was your favorite. There's another video on the screen right now to show you how to transform your posture and build more strength. So click on that if you're interested, and then I'll see you again on the next video.